Right, hi guys. This is my first Japanese vlog style thing that I'm going to be doing. I'm not sure if I'm going to be doing these on this channel, or maybe like I'll set up a second channel called Jim in Japan, is what I was thinking. But I don't know, maybe you can let me know if you'd rather them just be on my SkillJim channel or as like a second channel just for like Japanese vlogs and walking around Japan and whatnot, with updates on my life and various things like that. So yeah, please let me know if you'd rather that just on this channel, or shall I just keep this to video game related things, Shenmue related things, Sonic unboxings, etc. I don't want to swamp this channel with too many videos unless, like I say, you actually want them. So yeah, we've arrived in Japan. Been here for just over a week now, actually. It seems ages ago since we arrived. So firstly, on this video, I was thinking of sort of sharing the trials and tribulations that I've kind of been through so far to get to this point, and then we'll talk a little bit about what I've done since arriving, the first few days, sort of what's expected of you as you sort of become a resident. So I've had to provide an address for residency, which we'll get to in a moment. Before then, let's go back a little bit before arriving then. So I might walk down there actually. Don't know what that means, if you're allowed. The sort of the language barrier is quite a big thing actually. All the kanji characters and whatnot. And also I'm trying to be a bit discreet about all this. I know Japanese people don't particularly like being filmed, so I'm a bit conscious of that actually. Right, I'm going to flick to the forward-facing camera now to continue this video. So there might be a lot of jump cuts because I'm quite a shy guy at heart. I don't want people really hearing me talk as I walk. I feel like that's a little bit awkward. I don't know. Maybe that's just me and something I'm going to get used to. So before arriving, there's quite a lot of steps we needed to take. So first things first, I know this is a bit of a crazy order, but we put our house on the market essentially, sort of the tail end of last year, and it's sold. The house sold at the start of this year, which was like literally the first thing that we needed to do really to start this whole process off. So since then I applied for the job in Japan, which was the company that's going to sponsor me, which I'm not going to disclose like the company information and all that sort of stuff because I don't want it to ever reflect back on me, if you know what I mean, with these vlogs. So anyway, the company sponsored me, and that was like a massive commitment. I had to fill in a ton of forms as part of the application. I had to do like a job interview that I haven't done for like 16 years because I've been a postman for 16 years. So that was quite nerve-wracking, having to do that and then wait for the email that confirmed that I got the job, which didn't take too long actually. And yeah, they were happy with my application and my interview went well. And then that was like the next step went into place from that point onwards. I'm gonna go walking up here actually. So after that, my wife had been planning a lot of things. She'd been working out how to go about applying for visas, just a bunch of stuff like that, like Japanese healthcare and stuff. So that is like all part of the application of moving to Japan. You need to have all these documents and essentially the company gave me a certificate of eligibility, which then allowed me to go to a Japanese embassy in the UK and yeah, apply for my actual permanent residency visa, which lasts a year. So this visa that I'm on currently allows me to stay in Japan for a year, as long as I continue to earn the required income with the company that I've applied for. We'll go with these steps. So that was all done and dusted. We booked flights, landed here. So it's already been a week and a half, but kind of actually it feels like we've been here for ages. We've kind of got used to the location that we're in. So managed to get a house in sort of a town area called Kita-Karuizawa, which is only about 20 minutes away from the actual Yokohama city, which isn't too bad. Just do a panning shot while I catch my breath. So yeah, we can actually just walk down to Yokohama city, which is pretty cool. There's like so much stuff going on down there. It's crazy. We're kind of on a big hill, actually. So everywhere's got like a ton of steps like this, but you also get amazing views. So there's Yokohama over there, actually. Some part of the city you can see in the distance. So yeah, we landed last Tuesday. Well, we got the plane last Tuesday, and with the sort of the 8-hour time difference and the length of the flight, which is like 13 hours, and obviously going through security and all that, essentially it was like a full day. So yeah, arrived last Wednesday and kind of immediately jumped straight to it. So we had to go to a place to go get our keys. So this is like the estate agents that we'd been speaking to, dealing with the house. So I suppose that was a whole other saga as well. We had to find a property within a couple of weeks before arriving. So essentially, once you arrive in Japan, you've got 14 days to register an address. So what people typically do is just rent a sort of a small apartment for the time being. It's a little bit windy up here. Hopefully you can hear me okay. So that's what we've done. We've rented an apartment. The contract on the apartment's actually 2 years, but you can cancel, and you only have to pay a month of the rent to sort of to cancel the contract. So it's not something that we're too concerned about at the moment. So with the money that we got from the house sale, we were hoping to, it's gone really windy actually, to sort of reinvest that into actually buying a house, which isn't going completely to plan currently because we're sort of hemorrhaging money really quickly at the moment, because every day it sort of feels like a holiday at the moment still, even though we've been here for over a week and a bit now. We're having to like find things to do and buy furniture because the house didn't have any furniture. So quite a lot of big expenses, and that, I suppose that's an entirely different thing to talk about actually, but I'm going to try and do it all in this one video. It might be a big long vlog type of deal thing, but hopefully you're going to enjoy it. So, found a property. We've been speaking to the estate agent and processing all those documents and whatnot with that. That was quite straightforward really. As long as you found like a foreigner-friendly property, which is some of the options that the estate agent gave us were like foreigner-friendly ones. So that was good. And yeah, luckily jumped on sort of a house type of property, which is unusual, I think, because a lot of the time, like I was saying, I like just apartments, very small sort of studio-based apartments. Almost for like one person. but obviously my wife and daughter have come with me. So we've gone for like a house type of vibe. And it's really, really nice actually. Really, really pleased with the house. So on the Wednesday we went, picked up the keys straight away. So pretty much as soon as we landed, we got our suitcases forwarded. There's like really good suitcase shipping methods in Japan. So really useful if you're not aware, if you bring quite a lot of luggage, to get them forwarded with like a mail shipping company at the airport. So you literally just hand over your suitcases and they arrive at your hotel or whatever. I think you can do same day if you're like quite early in the morning, but it's typically like next day delivery. So as long as you've got like a little bag maybe with a change of clothes, change of underpants, that sort of thing, it's a really good option to not have to carry like loads of luggage on the trains. You can just get it forwarded to your hotel, really useful. So we did that, we got them forwarded to the house, and because the house is unfurnished currently, we stayed in a hotel for the first 3 nights, just whilst we sort of ordered some bits and bobs. So we actually went to a Don Quixote store? A Don Quixote store, I think that's how you pronounce it. And picked up like a bog standard futon set that comes with like a blanket, obviously the futon, and a cushion or a pillow type of thing. Oh, look at this view over here. Let's walk down here. So yeah, put them on the floor and then started sleeping at the house. But prior to that, let's go through a few of the things that we had to do essentially then. So Thursday, and bear in mind, like, you've got to register your address within 2 weeks. So this is something that we had to do straight away. So let's have a look at this for a moment. Give you that view whilst I catch my breath and thoughts. There you go. You can see like Yokohama right over there. That's like landmark tower, which is awesome actually, especially at night. Later in the vlog, I'll show some photos and stuff of that. So we've been doing a lot of stuff in Yokohama, of course, because this is where we live now, for the foreseeable future anyway. Forgot where I was at. So I was talking about the furniture. Oh yeah, so you need to register your address within 2 weeks. So essentially what we did, I met up with Switch, who's a great guy, always very helpful for tourists and people moving over to Japan, or going for like a little Dobuita street type of tour. Very helpful guy, obviously fluent in Japanese, so that definitely helps. We'll go this way actually, I'm not sure which way to go as such. We're just having a little wander. So yeah, very helpful. He came with me to my ward, which is where you have to register your address. You have to apply for a My Number, which is sort of the Japanese equivalent of a national insurance number. And that's very important for the company as part of the processing process. Is that a phrasing? Processing process. So that was good. We got that sorted. Paid for some certificates just to sort of prove what my number was. And looks like a dead end there. And I'm thinking I might go this way actually. We'll go back where we came. We'll go down that other little road. Maybe we can go towards Yokohama a little bit. But it's nice that it's quiet around here, so I can do this vlog in peace. So yeah, he helped me out a lot there because it was quite a difficult process, especially for like someone that had never been to Japan before. And I'm just gonna stand here a moment while this guy. So yeah, sorry, I was saying very useful for obviously someone new to Japan, having someone that's fluent. If you've got a friend out here that's fluent in Japanese and is willing to help, that was like a real godsend, I thought. So anyway, we got my address registered at the ward, and then the next thing to do was, I'm going to go this way I think, was to sign up for a Japanese phone number. So we went to a Rakuten shop in Yokohama, and signed up for a Japanese telephone number that gave me sort of unlimited data. Not sure about calls and texts. That's probably going to be an interesting expense when that comes out, but mainly just wanted unlimited data, so it's like a monthly thing. And actually, depending on how much data you use, is how much they charge you. So unlike like in the UK, where you pay for like unlimited data, and it's like the most expensive plan, with this Japanese SIM, the Rakuten plan thing that I signed up for, if I only use 1 gig of data for 1 month, it's like the real cheapest sort of plan. So it sort of adjusts month by month, which is really good. And obviously if you use the next one, which was like 3 gig, maybe 10 or 20 gig, and then obviously unlimited, there was like 3 different tiers anyway. So yeah, really good. I like that. That is a good feature of this contract. And then that also applied for fibre broadband as well. So we've got that coming. That's going to get set up at the start of next month in the house. And that was essentially Wednesday. We went for some nice food, met up at a dotor, is it? Like a coffee place. Quite a nice little coffee type of shop. Let's go down there. So it looks like we're heading towards Yokohama a bit more now. I feel like we are anyway. So that was a nice day, and yeah, appreciate everything that Switch did to help me. He was absolutely incredible. Couldn't have done it without him. So that was amazing. Then Friday, we sort of spent some time together in the morning, just as a family. I forget the exact day we went, but we went to one of those cocoa curry houses, which are amazing. They've got them in London, maybe some of the parts of the UK, I'm not sure, but I know the one in London is rather expensive. Let's try again this way. Last time I went there, for like 3 people, it cost like 75 quid, which was like quite pricey. But over here, it's like 5 quid a person. It's mental for like a real good, decent sized curry meal. So Coco, I think it's Coco Ichibanya's, is one of our favourites. But anyway, so Friday was the day that I signed up for a Japanese bank account, so that is like the next step. I think we did it in a decent order. I'm not sure if it's like the gospel order, like we could probably have done the bank account before the phone number, but actually having a phone number when we signed up for the bank account, I think did actually help make things a lot smoother. So that was a little bit more straightforward than the phone thing. The phone thing honestly, it took about 3 hours. I felt like it took 3 hours to set this phone thing up, because it was like all part of a big thing with the broadband. So it was like multiple sign-ups and bits and bobs. I don't know, it just seemed to take forever. The bank, not as bad. And also, because the bank was on like the 14th floor or something, there was like an incredible view of Yokohama actually, which was amazing. We took a bit of time looking out the window at the view. Got the bank account set up, and then that's kind of another saga in itself really. So I've been wanting to buy some expensive things, like I need a new PC, I want to buy some more furniture, just tech related goods anyway. And I'm pretty sure every time we use our NatWest UK bank, they're charging like 2.75% of the transaction each and every time, which is, go on, we'll go up here, which is going to be quite a lot for a big purchase like a computer, you know, and especially all the other tech that we're considering getting. It's probably going to be like an additional £100 or something, do you know what I mean, with the 2.75% transaction fees or whatever they charge if you're using international cards. So that's not great. Well, I'm going to go down here actually. Whoa, I might try and go up there. Is that a staircase? like in the distance. Another tech item I want to get, and this is going to improve the vlogs in the future. So if you've made it this far and you've been thinking like this isn't the best recording equipment style thing that I'm doing, I'm sort of walking around with a handheld tripod thing, but it's not even like stabilized or anything. I've got nice mics, I feel like, 'cause I bought these DG mic things, which I'm really impressed with. And I've got like a wind guard on them. But one of the things I've been looking at is like an Action Cam 5, I think. It's by the same company, DJ2. And it comes with, that doesn't look like a staircase, I don't think. But it comes with the one that I was looking at, like a neck holder, which might be a little bit more discreet. Keeps both hands free as well. Discreet is what I want to go for, really. I don't want to like make anyone feel uncomfortable if I'm walking around filming. And another plan I had that I thought might be quite cool is to just walk around and film without talking. I don't know if that's interesting to anyone, but I thought that might be quite cool. I could just walk and show off various parts of Japan, give you a bit of a feel for how things are just living over here, if you know what I mean. There's like so many people. It's like insane, really. It makes you feel very insignificant, really, when you're walking around just this little area of Yokohama and there's just people coming and going everywhere. It's like ants, really. When you look like an ant, this might be a dead end, actually. I probably should have realised that from the signs that sort of say no more entry. But yeah, you sort of realise just how many people there are, and like you're just this one person who's been like living in the UK for so long, just living the life, and yet all this is happening at the same time. And what I find, and this is a bit of a tangent here, and like pretty mind-blowing to me, is thinking of everyone as their own camera. So how we're so just used to cameras these days. It's essentially your eyes, only your eyes aren't really recording. I suppose you've got like your brain with memories. Go on, we'll go down here. I just didn't want to go to more civilization. But everyone's seen through their own eyes. So that person ahead there is seeing that view from that point of view, if that makes sense. Which sort of blows my mind a little bit to think that all these people are walking around, all with their own unique views that they're seeing at the moment. So there's kind of that thing of, if a tree falls in the woods, is anyone around to hear it, essentially? So you think maybe you're sat in your bedroom now watching this YouTube video or whatever. Behind you, no one's looking at that part of your room. So literally right behind you, there's currently no eyes on that part of the room. I'm going to go this way for a minute, just so I don't walk into people. So does that part of the room exist? Of course it does, right? But if no one's looking at it, like, how can it visualize itself? I don't know. That's deep philosophy sort of thing to think about there. Obviously, the obvious answer is it's there because it's there, isn't it? It's going to be there. You turn around, it's there. But just thinking out loud, like, eyesight-wise, if no one's looking at it, how can it be there? Because the only reason that it exists is because you're sort of looking at it, if that makes sense. I'm not sure. Anyway, let's go back to what we were talking about, which I've got no idea where I was at. Japanese bank account, probably, was that the last one? So that was quite difficult. So yeah, I was talking about the sort of the tech that I want to buy and the fees related to that. So I found it really hard then to avoid, we're sort of going back around on ourselves, but that's okay. I found it really hard to avoid having to use my bank card. You kind of need to at first, because how else are you going to get money, essentially? So you need to use ATMs. You do need to use your card occasionally to buy stuff. That's a given. But obviously for these big expenses, I've been waiting for my bank card to arrive. And it's actually just arrived today, And I was thinking it was going to be like a credit card type of thing with a number on, or a debit card with a number on, but it's literally just a card to withdraw money from an ATM. So it's been really difficult actually paying for this computer that I've been looking at. So this computer, for some reason, doing a bank transfer, the bank that I've applied for and signed up for isn't one of the options that you can use. So that was a no-go. I can't use a card because I've not got a card number for this Japanese bank account. There's like other methods, such as PayPay is like a popular application sort of payment thing that you can use over here. But again, to sign up for that, I've been struggling with getting the information to align correctly. So annoyingly, this is a beautiful house here, by the way, like very Shenmue-y. That isn't how I pronounce Shenmue, by the way. That was adding a Y on the end of Shenmue. Shenmue-y. I love like how everyone's got their own little name, you know, like the Yamamotos. Finding the name tag there. So because I don't know if it's my name or what, that I've been using my middle name and just spaces and like full width and half width katakana don't seem to add up correctly in some of these fields that you apply for. So it won't let me add my bank account to PayPay currently, and every time I try and update the details it takes like 3 days to do. So it's been a little bit annoying. But I've also signed up for something called an EPOS card. So an EPOS card is another bank account type of thing, only this card will allow you to link it to your bank. So I've linked it to my Japanese bank account, and now it's also linked to the rent and stuff. So when the rent comes out, it should come out of the EPOS card. And what the EPOS card does is stacks up all of the payments that you're paying for, the bills and whatnot, so your rent. Eventually I'm going to be doing it for like my electricity bill, internet, phone bill. I'll do it all from the EPOS card, and let's get this way. And what that'll allow me to do is have everything come out on essentially the same day each month, which is, I think, going to be the 27th. The 27th of each month. All these payments all, like EPOS pays them off like a credit card, but then on the 27th of each month, it comes out of your main bank account. So by that date specifically, we'll be able to have prepare the money just to pay everything. So that's essentially what the EPOS card is. When that arrives, which I applied for that last Wednesday, so it takes a week for the card to arrive. I do find mail is a little bit slower over in Japan, but I suppose if you do apply for like stuff like this in the UK, it kind of does take a week to arrive. So I suppose that's not an issue. So once that arrives, that hopefully should have a card number, and then that will then allow me to start purchasing stuff, is my plan. Right, we're back. I just went inside a little bit of a shop to get some bits and bobs. A bit of a shopping district I've just found nearby, and we're currently making our way up these crazy steps. So everywhere around here just seems to be on a hill. So up and down, especially when you're just exploring like this. Anyways, so talking about the Japanese bank account, that's all sorted now. Just waiting on a few bits and bobs there to crack on. Saturday, bit of a lazy day. Don't really think we got up to too much. Just sort of chilled around the house. And then Sunday, just gonna have a pause for a second. Sunday was sort of a daddy and daughter day. So we got up and sort of walked down a little bit around the local area where there's like a 7-Eleven. Got a few bits and bobs, and yeah, I think we saw like a big butterfly. Like the butterflies are massive over here, so that's, you know, really nice for my daughter to see different sizes and shapes of insect and animal. You know, you've got different types of things over here. We saw a centipede that got stuck in a grid. You don't really see those things at home. I'm sure they exist somewhere, or maybe like on a much smaller scale. But yeah, it's quite a lot of stuff like that. So Daddy and Daughter Day, we actually went to this cat festival that was happening in Tokyo somewhere. Wave, come wave. Okay.
It's a drinking. He's thinking about whether it's not, whether it's not, whether it's not. Oh, look at him. Who is he? Oh, he's a ninja cat.
Okay. He's really into it. Loads of people with cat masks.
She's Hello Kitty.
Yeah.
Look.
Oh yeah, she's got a Hello Kitty mask. Look at this cat here. Bet he's hot in there.
He's a clown.
Oh, look, cat in that pram. That's so cool.
Maybe in there.
Yeah. These look cool. It's just a random guy on a bike. Look at these ones. So we've made it to the top of those steps. There's another nice view there. Anyway, this cat festival, really fun. Kind of went on all day. Obviously we weren't there all day, but yeah, we had a good time. Like I said, a few different types of parades going up and down, a lot of people taking part. Penny got involved at one point, which is my daughter. So she was part of the parade at one point. People were taking photos of her, and we saw a few cats dressed up, quirky, in these sort of bicycle baskets. Really funny. But that was a nice day. And after that, we went to the Sega shop. So we hopped on a train, went to Shibuya, where we found this place where the Sega shop is, and there's also like the Nintendo shops there, Capcom, I think, or Bandai Namco, one of the two, Evangelion, like loads of shops all within this vicinity. Godzilla shop, that was awesome. What? Wow, that was good, wasn't it? Hey, baby. There's Mario over there. Capcom store. So the Sega shop's insane. It's quite narrow, quite tight, so I struggled to film walking around there as much as I wanted to. So I'll show a little bit of footage, but I think I'll be doing a separate video anyway with an unboxing of all the things. Me and my daughter, we did a bit of an unboxing of the Sega merch that I bought. I couldn't help myself really once I started seeing stuff. I sort of went in with the mindset of not really buying anything, just having a look. And then I came out with like £200 worth of stuff. But some really cool things. Oh, Penny, no way. Look. Look, baby, it's here. In front of you. Over here. Let's go this side to get in. Second on. Wow. Well, we can do that at any point. And? Oh my god, it's sick. Try not to. Oh, look at these patches. Yeah. And then we've got these trading cam badge. Which are these things? Is that a full set? Oh, that's what? Oh, that's a full set of badges. Okay. Let's get two of them. see what else they've got. That's cool stuff. Is that an Amy pen? Oh, nice. Do you like that pen?
Yeah.
How much is that pen? And that was Sunday. So Monday, we had another sort of nice day. We had a walk to Yokohama. I went to my first book off. So obviously quite famous for selling second-hand video game stuff. This one was like more, had a lot of books and stuff actually, like the name would suggest. Not so much video games, but here's some of the video games that I did have a quick glance at, and I thought that the prices were quite reasonable. Obviously a lot of these shops have been raided over the years by foreigners and other YouTubers and eBayers and all this sort of stuff. But yeah, still relatively pleased with the prices there. And Japan keep like all their games so clean and tidy, and everything's so clean and tidy that you might as well pay second-hand prices for a lot of these things rather than buying them brand new. So that'll probably be somewhere that I'll be going to for picking up some sort of second-hand but still new PS5 games. Just walking past the school, so some activities going on. Although it is a Sunday today, it's also getting dark already. It's only about 4:30, but yeah, it goes dusk quite early over here. So not a great deal of daytime before the night time starts kicking in, but I suppose that's probably the same back home in the UK. I know the clocks are shifting this week or next week, so yeah, it's going to get dark soon too for England, I imagine. So yeah, after going to the book off, we went to an area called Queen Square, and sort of a modernish type of area with like restaurants. That's where the Hard Rock Cafe is. There's like a big shopping centre type thing, which is really cool. Harry Potter shop we went in. There's also like a few street performers outside doing like circus tricks and whatnot. So that was quite interesting. And then also there's this really cool stamp rally concept in Japan. So obviously we saw it a little bit with the Shenmue stamp rally back in 1998, was it? They still do it today. So there's like everywhere notable has stamps that you can sort of get a memoir, like take home a memory from that particular visit. And there's a Paw Patrol one at the moment. So although my daughter's gone off Paw Patrol a little bit, she was like mad into it at one point. I'm just gonna get a drink here. Ooh, quite pricey. I'll leave it for now, actually. We'll find a better one. Yeah, although she's kind of gone off Paw Patrol, we've been doing this stamp rally, so we've got 2 stamps so far. So on the Monday, we actually got this one at the Cosmo World area, but the Carnival Kids section, which is where the first stamp was that we got for this stamp sheet. So a really fun idea. Went on a few rides around there, and yeah, I think that was pretty much that day. So you could walk down there. Obviously not that. So Tuesday we visited a local park. It's not too far from the house. It's got some awesome stuff, to be fair. It's got one of the biggest parks we've seen so far since being in Japan. It's got this awesome slide that you sort of go down. Look at that view, man. You go down almost like, you don't really see them that often anymore, but in supermarkets they have these sort of like rolling bar things. So it's like a rolling bar type of slide. Real cool. Oh, we're back here actually. Amazing view, but somehow I've come back to the same thing because I recognise this building. So I've looked around somehow in this vlog whilst it's getting darker, but yeah, you can see some of the lights on the buildings over there. Really cool. So we'll go left, I think, at the bottom of here, and we'll try and work our way. I feel like I need to get over that area. So I might go back actually, because we've just sort of looped around. I just saw a view and I was like, whoa, let's go that way. So yeah, we found this local park, really nice. It's nice that it's, like I say, quite local, nice sort of area. And then that leads us to Wednesday, so of this week. Had an incredible day again with Switch. So we went for a massive hike. Sort of like what I'm doing now, but a more orchestrated route. This feeling. It feels very top of the bank of Shenmue, doesn't it? Like, look at that view over there, man. And then you've got one of those red towers. Yep. That's in the distance, blinking, isn't it?
It is.
So cool.
That's exactly right. Like it's this very Yokosuka feeling, even down to this road.
As such, like, we had a landmark in mind that we headed towards, went and got a coffee, and then continued and actually ended up in Furusato Onimichi Ryokudo Promenade. Just had to look that up. So that's sort of where we ended up at the end of this hike, and it was raining quite a lot actually that day, so we got soaked towards the end of it. I say soaked, it wasn't that bad, but I'm used to that with the English weather, especially in, well, working for Royal Mail. I got wet loads of days, as you can imagine. And we visited this awesome Japanese temple. Looked very much like the Hazuki residence, this structure on the right hand side here, and then the temple in front, almost like the dojo, but just bigger. But you can see the steps and the doors there that Fukusan gets smashed out of at the start of the game. Very much Shenmue Hazuki residence vibes, right? But quite a lot of fun. Really cool day. Really had a lot of like a nice walk with Switch there. Planning to do more hikes soon. Is this the same one? I'm walking around, aren't I? In a bit of a weird circle here. That is the same one. We've just been down here. Oh man, We do kind of need to go this way though, so I'm just going to keep heading in this direction now. Thursday. What did we do Thursday? I think, oh, that was when we had like loads of deliveries come in. So like I say, we have had to forcibly order quite a lot of things. So the bed came, I've got a computer desk that we still need to put up. That came. And then we also went to IKEA that day and picked up a few extra little bits and bobs. And then Friday, just gone, so like 2 days ago, was sort of my first day at work. So I had to essentially go and fill in a lot of paperwork, some contracts, and had a little chat about what's upcoming. So next week I've got like 3 days of training for this English teaching job, which I'm kind of looking forward to actually, bizarrely, even though I'm really nervous about the job because I've never taught before, and yeah, it's going to be an interesting experience, bit of a life career shift, but this whole thing is right. It's what we dreamt of, and basically all thanks to Shenmue that I'm doing this right now. That's why I'm here, because of Shenmue. Japan would never have been on my radar. And we're loving it so far. First there was a lot of like teething issues, like I say, going through all that ward office stuff and the Rakuten, the bank account. Again, still sort of the language barrier. I need to really brush up on my Japanese, because I did have a lot of Japanese lessons prior to arrival, but then I sort of took a year off and my confidence has really waned. So I did get my JLPT M5, but I didn't go for M4, although my Japanese instructor lady said that I could definitely get my M4. But then actually being in Japan's different, because it's all right saying a few set phrases and like knowing the words for this and that, but as soon as someone starts talking at you and it just doesn't seem to click, it's hard to listen, I find. I'm just going to stop a sec. Okay, we're back. Just trying to be respectful to people. Don't want to walk and talk with the camera in the face, really. So yesterday we had another little day down in Yokohama, so we headed down to the air cabin, which is like this cool cable car system, and we got the ticket that included the Ferris wheel, the Cosmo Clock 21, which is apparently the tallest tourist Ferris wheel in the world, with a clock. So I don't know if that's a caveat or it is literally the tallest Ferris wheel in the world, but it is bloody massive. I'm going to go over this bridge if I can, because there's a sick view of the city over there. Obviously we're on the hunt for more Paw Patrol stamps, so we actually went to, so where the start and the end, oh, it doesn't look like we can get on that bridge, that's a shame. Oh man, that would have been a sick view from up there. Maybe we can see through this fence here for a second, just have a little chill over here. So on the hunt for more Paw Patrol stuff, we went to, so where the cable car starts and ends, it sort of ends in this area called World Porters, and some lovely shops in there actually. The whole sort of, what a view that is, man. That's insane. Just going to stand behind this fence over here, and we'll just take a minute to breathe. Look at that. Insane. What a view of the city that is, man. What I love so far about Japan is you can just literally just walk, and there's paths and roads going off here, there and everywhere, and you just don't see the same things. Well, apart from that one place where we went to twice by accident on a loop. But yeah, the World Porters area was really, really nice. Loads of nice shops in there, and we did get the second Paw Patrol stamp that we needed. So there's 2 more to get in the near future. Then afterwards we found, I think, well, it was in the World Porter's place, which I would really recommend to, like Yokohama's amazing, obviously, just to come and visit anyway if you're in Japan. And it's not too far away from Tokyo. It's like direct train, maybe 30 minutes away from Tokyo, if that, actually, depending what station you're coming from in Tokyo. But on the rooftop of this World Porter's was this incredible viewing area, which I'll show some footage of right now, of, again, Yokohama City, the Ferris wheel, that landmark tower, which is there. You can actually see it right there. I got some amazing footage of that just as the sun was going down as well, so there's like all this really cool orange clouds sort of going over the tower there, which gave off an incredible view. I love this little path down here, this is awesome. Probably don't need to be going this way, but we are going to go this way. And I don't mind if it goes dark, because another good thing about Japan that I'm sure everyone knows by now is how safe it is. So crime rates are really low. You haven't really got to worry too much, especially at night. So I'm led to believe anyway. So yeah, I don't mind so much walking as it's going dark. And like I say, it's only actually 5 to 5 now. It's going to be a really long vlog, but hopefully you've enjoyed listening to everything that we've been up to since arriving. Yeah, lovely little town, lovely little area. Really enjoying Yokohama so far. And then that's it basically. That you're all sort of caught up to where we're at here. We went on the Ferris wheel. I'll show a little bit of footage of that as well. Amazing experience. There's like a roller coaster next to it, log flume. So if you like a little bit of a mix, an eclectic sort of mix of rides, Ferris wheel, shops, a rooftop type of thing, I would suggest that sort of area, the Cosmo World, World Porter's area. Some amazing food over there as well. We've got these awesome, what are those fish things called now? I can't think. Is it taiyako? Something like that. Really nice versions of them. Yeah, so far so good, guys. Like I say, the only thing so far that's been a struggle is the language. So I would, if anyone is thinking of doing a similar sort of thing, becoming an English teacher or wanting to live in Japan, these are some of the struggles that I've had to face so far. Obviously it's a massive commitment, so that's the first and foremost sort of big hurdle, is whether or not you actually want this kind of life, which requires you to essentially sell up at home and, you know, really dedicate yourself to Japan. It helps if you've not got a lot of stuff. We had a lot of stuff. We had to sort out the shipping company that it's currently on sea, that is. We actually just tracked it randomly at the Netherlands for some reason. It arrived at like a Netherlands port. We've got like an Apple AirTag in with my Landy bust just to keep a track of that. But like I say, if you've got a lot of stuff, obviously it's going to be even more difficult to make that decision. If you've been following my YouTube channel, you'll know I've sold all of my Dreamcast games, sold all of my Sega Saturn games, but with a view to sort of start collecting again. So I'm hoping that we can start going to these book-off shops and whatnot and investigate some of the video games, maybe get a few retro consoles, etc. So yeah, I'm going to end the vlog here then, guys. If anyone's got any questions about any aspect that I've talked about, or perhaps didn't go into too much detail about, or forgot to go into detail about, just let me know. I'll try and help. If anyone's thinking about a similar sort of lifestyle change like this, like I say, massive commitment, but yeah, really happy to help. If anyone's interested, let's go grab a drink. This looks a little bit better, more lively, does it? We've got Munsters. Might get Munster actually, 2:30. Right, I'm going to get this monster. So 230, not quite 100 yen, like Rio's Cokes. Although there is jet sodas rather, or jet cola. There is 100 yen vending machines actually still. I've found a couple near to where I live. There we go, we got the monster. Change. So the cans are actually a lot smaller than in the UK. I don't know if that's like a caffeine thing, like you're only allowed so much caffeine, or Japan just seems to like everything a little bit smaller. So little bags of sweets, we were looking at these Haribo and that sort of stuff, and everything's like a little bit smaller over here. I'm going to go this way just to avoid them a second. So yeah, let's wrap this vlog up then, guys. So thanks very much for watching. Hopefully you've enjoyed all the footage. Let me know in the comments below if you'd like this style of vlog again in the future. I'm going to try and upgrade the vlogging setup so it keeps my hands free, a little bit more discreet, etc. If you're happy for these videos to be on this channel, the SkillJim channel, please let me know. Otherwise, I'm thinking it might be worth doing a second channel, a Gym in Japan channel, and I can just sort of keep this for anyone that's interested on that channel to sort of follow my journey and yeah, just get a glimpse at Japan like this sort of style with my commentary if that interests you, or you know, some more of the trials and tribulations that I encounter living in Japan and my experiences, etc. Yeah, if you find that interesting enough, you want to subscribe, you can do so below. Hit the subscribe button, and yeah, there should be more content similar to this in the future. I'm also going to upload the Sega Shop video that I was on about. I think we were here earlier, weren't we? We've managed to find ourselves back to this point. Climbing back up a hill again. Yeah, the Sega store unboxing video is going to be the next video on this channel, so keep an eye out for that, guys. But until then, I'm going to spin back round to this, not the most picturesque area, but somewhere a little bit more discreet to wrap up the vlog. So yeah, appreciate it, guys. Thanks very much for watching, following my insane life choices, midlife crisis and whatnot. More again in the future. Take care. Peace. So, one thing I did forget to mention is, and you can probably hear them, all these bugs, insects, these cicadas, or mushi, or well, they are cicadas actually, seki, but a lot of insects, especially at night, and what we found is a big mosquito problem. So we've been bitten quite a lot of times since we've been here. I don't know if that's common for like Japanese people. They have to wear a lot of like insect sprays and I don't know, deterrents for mosquitoes, but yeah, rampant. So that is our daily routine now. Put a lot of bug spray on and try not to get bitten by mosquitoes. I didn't realise mosquitoes were so small, so they are literally just like a very small fly in appearance. I always thought, and maybe this is just like the cartoon pictures of them, they got like these really long pointy noses. I was thinking that was like how they'd be, you know, flying around these massive mosquito type things. I always thought they were big, but I didn't realise how small they are. So definitely consider, especially maybe this time of year, which is like October, I don't know when or if they're like all year round rampant, but potentially think about bug spray. That's another tip for you. So yeah, anyways, cheers guys. Wow, that's cicadas.